Chapter 4. Working on Spreadsheets. Learning Objective. Worksheet and Workbook. Benefits of multiple worksheets. Move around an Excel worksheet. Adding a worksheet. Renaming a worksheet. Entering data in a spreadsheet. Types of data in a spreadsheet. How Excel aligns the data depends on what type of data it is. Dragging and dropping the cells. Moving and copying the contents of the cell. Copying a worksheet. Moving a worksheet. Deleting worksheet. Wrapping text. Zoom in, out. Using autofill feature. Text boxes. Formatting text. A spreadsheet is a paper or computer file that allows you to enter data in columns and rows. Microsoft Excel is the main spreadsheet program used on Windows computers. Worksheet and Workbook. The worksheet is single-page spreadsheet or page in Excel, where you can write, edit and manipulate data, whereas the collection of such worksheets is referred as a workbook. It is very similar to a single-page worksheet and a complete book, workbook. Let us look at the difference between worksheet and workbook. Worksheet. Workbook. 1. An Excel worksheet is a single spreadsheet. 1. An Excel workbook is just like a file or a book. 2. It is a matrix of rectangular cells, organized in a tabular form of rows and columns. 2. It consists of one or more worksheets, having various sort of related information. 3. A worksheet is a single set of the page where data is being entered. 3. A workbook is an entity where multiple worksheets can be added to access the data. 4. It is preferred in an educational or learning environment. 4. It is used to work in a professional environment. 5. A particular worksheet has limitations on the number of data entered. 5. Multiple worksheets can be added to the workbook. 6. It can be manually converted into a workbook. 6. It can be automatically created within a worksheet. Benefits of multiple worksheets. Every workbook contains at least one worksheet by default. While working with a large amount of data, you can create multiple worksheets to help organize your workbook and make it easier to find content. You can also group worksheets to quickly add information to multiple worksheets at the same time. Move around an Excel worksheet. As you work in Excel, you will need to move around. Move to a specific cell. If you want to move to a specific cell, click that cell. Then, if you want to insert data, begin typing. Move around a worksheet one cell at a time. Use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move around your worksheet. Use the down arrow key to move down. Use the up arrow key to move up. Use the right arrow key or the tab key to move right. Use the left arrow key or hold down the shift key while you press the tab key to move left. Move up or down one page at a time. Use the page up key on your keyboard to move up one page at a time. Use the page down key on your keyboard to move down one page at a time. Go to. The F5 function key is the Go to key. When you press the F5 key, the Go to dialog box opens and prompts you for the cell to which you want to go. Type the cell address in the reference field, click OK, and Excel jumps to that cell. For example, if you want to go to cell A5, press F5, type A5 in the reference field, and then press OK. Name box. The name box is located on the far left side of the formula bar. You can use it to go to a specific cell. Just type the cell you want to go to and then press enter. For example, If you want to go to cell B4, type B4 in the name box and then press enter. Shortcut keys. Ctrl plus Home moves to the beginning of the worksheet cell A1. Ctrl plus End moves to the farthest used cell in the worksheet. Home moves to the first cell in the current row. Ctrl plus Page Up scrolls one screen to the right. Ctrl plus Page Down scrolls one screen to the left. Ctrl plus G opens the Go To dialog box. Adding a worksheet. To add a new worksheet, click on the plus sign next to the last worksheet tab. A new blank worksheet will be created. Alternatively, you can click on Sheet under on the top menu bar of Excel. Renaming a worksheet. Let us learn to rename a worksheet. 1. Right-click on a worksheet tab. 2. Select Rename. 3. Type the new name for your worksheet. 4. Press Enter key. The new name of the worksheet will appear. Entering data in a spreadsheet. Sheet area is the place where you type your text. The flashing vertical bar is called the insertion point and it represents the location where text will appear when you type. When you click on a box, then the box is highlighted. When you double-click the box, the flashing vertical bar appears and you can start entering your data. So, just keep your mouse cursor at the text insertion point and start typing whatever text you would like to type. We have typed only 2 words, Hello Excel, as shown below. The text appears to the left of the insertion point as you type. There are following 3 important points, which would help you while typing. Press Tab to go to next column. Press Enter to go to next row. Press Alt plus Enter to enter a new line in the same column. Fact Corner. In Excel, you can specify the direction the cursor moves when you press the Enter key. By default, it moves down, or, if you have made several entries moving horizontally from left to right, it moves down and left until it is under the first cell in which you made an entry. Types of data in a spreadsheet. Worksheets, also referred as spreadsheets, are used in business to track and record information such as employee work hours, product sales, customer information and business accounting. You can tailor your worksheet to suit your needs using just 4 primary types of data. Text. Text on a worksheet can represent bits of information or be used to name a column or row. The use of text on your business worksheet provides clarity in the worksheet's purpose. So anyone else in the business can look at the spreadsheet and understand the information represented there. Different types of text used on a worksheet can range from names of people to product names to customer address. Values. Values or numbers are used in many different ways on a business worksheet. You can use whole number values or decimal numbers. The use of values on a worksheet is helpful in business accounting and simple calculations. Dates and times. Dates and times used in worksheets for tracking and calculating. Dates are typically entered with a hyphen or slash separating the numbers, and since the year 2000 it's recommended that the year be represented with 4 numbers instead of the last 2, to avoid confusion over which century the date refers to. Fact Corner. Dates can be written out in text format or in a standardized numerical format. If you identify a data field or a range of cells in your worksheet as a data entry, your spreadsheet can easily convert back and forth between numerical and text representations. Formulas. Formulas are mathematical equations that work in combination with data from other cells on the spreadsheet. Simple formulas are used to add or subtract numbers. Advanced formulas perform algebraic equations. Spreadsheet functions are formulas that are built into Excel. How Excel aligns the data depends on what type of data it is. Whole value. If the data is a whole value, such as 34 or 5763, Excel aligns the data to the right side of the cell. Date. If you enter a date, such as 12/16, December 16th, or the 16th of December, Excel automatically returns the value in your default date format, 16dec if you haven't changed it, in the cell, but the formula bar displays December 16, 2018. Value with a decimal. If the data is a decimal value, Excel aligns the data to the right side of the cell, including the decimal point, with the exception of a trailing zero. For example, if you enter 246.75, then 246.75 is displayed if you enter 246.70. However, 246.7 appears. Text. Excel aligns text to the left side of the cell. If the text is too wide to fit, Excel extends that data past the cell width if the next cell is blank. If the next cell is not blank, Excel displays only enough text to fit the display width. Widening the column displays additional text. Excel recognizes dates when you enter them in a familiar format. If a value displays as scientific notation, such as 1.23a plus 11, or number signs, #####, it means the value is too long to fit into the cell. You need to widen the column. Dragging and dropping the cells. Drag and drop is a mouse technique that you can use in Excel 2016 to pick up a cell selection and drop it into a new place on the worksheet. Although drag and drop is primarily a technique for moving cell entries around a worksheet, you can also adopt it to copy a cell selection. Let us learn to drag and drop the cells. 1. Select the cells you want to move. 2. Position your mouse on one of the outside edges of the selected cells. The mouse changes from a white cross to a black cross with 4 arrows. 3. Click and drag the cells to the new location. 4. Release your mouse and the cells will be dropped there. Moving and copying the contents of the cell. When you move or copy a cell, Excel moves, copies the entire contents of the cells including formulas, resulting values and formatting. Cut, copy and paste commands can be used in Excel to move or copy the contents of the cell. Let us learn to move or copy the cells. 1. Select the cells you want to copy or move. 2. To move cells, click Cut or click Copy to copy cells from the clipboard group of Home tab. 3. Click on the cell where you want to paste the data. 4. On the Home tab, in the clipboard group, click Paste. Copying a worksheet. The copy feature allows you to copy selected information from the spreadsheet and temporarily place it on the clipboard, which is a temporary storage file in your computer's memory. The paste feature allows you to select any of the collected items on the clipboard and paste them into a cell of the same or a different spreadsheet. Let us learn to copy a worksheet. 1. Right-click the worksheet you want to copy. The worksheet menu appears. 2. Select Move or Copy. The Move or Copy dialog box appears. 3. Check the Create a Copy box. 4. Click OK. Your worksheet is copied. It will have the same title as your original worksheet, but the title will include a version number, such as Sheet 2. Moving a worksheet. Let us learn to move a worksheet. 1. Click the worksheet you want to move. The mouse will change to show a small worksheet icon. 2. Drag the worksheet icon until a small black arrow appears where you want the worksheet to be moved. 3. Release your mouse and the worksheet will be moved. Deleting worksheet. Worksheet can be deleted from a workbook, including its containing data. Let us learn to delete worksheet. 1. Select the worksheet you want to delete. 2. Right-click on the selected worksheet. The worksheet menu appears. 3. Click on Delete. A prompt box will appear asking for deleting the worksheet. 4. Click on Delete button. The selected worksheet will be deleted from your workbook. Wrapping text. When text exceeds a column width, it is possible to manually or automatically wrap the text. Excel 2016 can wrap text so it appears on multiple lines in a cell. You can format the cell so the text wraps automatically or enter a manual line break. Let us learn to wrap text. 1. Select the cells with text that you want to wrap. 2. Select the Wrap Text command on the Home tab. The text in the selected cells will be wrapped in your worksheet. Zoom in, out. Zoom slider. By default, everything on screen is displayed at 100% in Excel 2016. You can change the zoom percentage from 10%, tiny, to 400%, huge. Zooming doesn't change the font size, so it has no effect on the printed output. You can view the zoom slider at the right bottom of the workbook as shown here. Zoom in. You can zoom in the workbook by moving the slider to the right. It will change the only view of the workbook. You can have maximum of 400% zoom in. Zoom out. You can zoom out the workbook by moving the slider to the left. It will change the only view of the workbook. You can have maximum of 10% zoom in. Using autofill feature. Use the fill command to fill data into worksheet cells. Excel automatically continues a series of numbers, number and text combination dates, or time periods, based on a pattern. However, to quickly fill in several types of data series, you can select cells and drag the fill handle. In the given worksheet, user has entered 2 dates. Now, drag the fill handle along the rows or columns to fill with a series of dates as below. Now, have a look at the worksheets after using fill handle. You will find that Excel recognizes the pattern and fills data accordingly. There is Autofill Options button next to Data Add and choose to autofill. It has the following options summarized in table below. Option: To do. Copy cells. This copies the content of the selected cells. Fill series. This fills the cells with selected series. Fill formatting only. This copies the format of the selected cell to the cells indicated by the fill operation but does not place any value in the target cells. Fill without formatting. This fills the cell indicated by the fill operation with the next items in the series, but ignores formatting of the source cell. Fill days. This fills the cells with days of the week. Fill weekdays. Fills the cells with only weekdays excluding Saturday and Sunday. Flash fill. This fills the cells by using flash fill. It fills the values by identifying a pattern in the worksheet data. Text boxes. Text boxes are special graphic objects that combine the text with a rectangular graphic object. Text boxes and cell comments are similar in displaying the text in rectangular box. But text boxes are always visible, while cell comments become visible after selecting the cell. Adding text box. Let us learn to add the text box in the worksheet. 1. Click on the Insert tab. 2. Click on Text. A drop-down menu will appear. 3. Click on Text box. 4. Drag the mouse on the area where you want to add the text box in your worksheet. 5. Start typing in the text box. Formatting text. After you have added the text box, you can format it by changing the font, font size, font style and alignment etc. Let's see some of the important options of formatting a text box. Fill. Specifies the filling of text box like no fill, solid fill. Also specifying the transparency of text box fill. Line color. Specifies the line color and transparency of the line. Line style. Specifies the line style and width. Size. Specifies the size of the text box. Properties. Specifies some properties of the text box. Text box. Specifies text box layout, autofit option and internal margins. Concise. Spreadsheets allow a high level of control over the data you present. A cell can contain a data value, or a calculation, such as sums or percentages. Digital spreadsheets are easy to transport, copy and share. A workbook is a collection of worksheets. To add a new worksheet, click on the plus sign next to the last worksheet tab.